Hey guys, Tyler back here with TS Services doing a recap of a house we did today. Ended up doing a great roof wash for him. We did a house soft wash, and at the end we were able to do a little upsell trick, which we're going to talk about at the end, for an extra couple $100 doing some gutter cleanings. So right here we see a north side of a house, just throwing up a real hot 5 to 6% batch up here. And whenever I'm doing a roof, especially a day like this day, because it was pretty windy out, I try to do this flick thing where the water, I saw Cody from Southeast Soft Wash was doing a video on it, and you don't want the water to really throw up there and run down, so if you kind of feather it up there, it has a greater ability to stick and really sit in and kill everything that you need it to without running off. So you're saving time, you're saving chems, and it just looks way more even too. So after we did this, we're going to move on here to a little bit to our concrete mix. And this was the first coat here, so we ended up throwing a nice heavy first coat down, had the weather dried out a little bit, and then we reassessed. We saw some black marks that didn't quite make it off, so we came back right before we left the job site and just put another light coat on. Roof turned out perfect, so the customer's super happy, and so were we. So always keep your chems in mind, so I knew I had about 40 to 50 seconds left of that 5 to 6% mix, so I decided to run back to the trailer and switch everything off to water, because I'm going to do some pre-rinsing, but before we're going to utilize what we had in the lines not to waste it. So I threw it down as a pre-treat for the concrete. The owner only wanted the first part pressure washed, but it's pretty new concrete, so I actually didn't even get the surface cleaner out. I just used this as a heavy pre-treat and ended up doing the whole driveway for her anyways. She just wanted this little area done, but made the work a lot easier. Just get the ball valve out and essentially just clean it up. Alright, now we got a bunch of clips, just a general soft wash for the house. So this, I think I threw on a 2% mix. Some guys like to do a 1% or even a little less for vinyl, but I think time is my biggest enemy, so I heat it up a little bit, make the job a little faster for me. The biggest thing though, as you'll see me in a second, is to rinse. This lady had a bunch of really pretty flowers and stuff she was always talking about, so I wanted to ensure I didn't hurt any of those things. This is a good shot because you can actually kind of see how that roof started to clean up really quick. We love seeing that. Just followed around to the garage doors here. I was trying something in a second. We used some LA Awesome. I've used it before with different gutters. These gutters were actually a gray color, so I didn't know if it was going to have any effect on that. The paint seemed to be in good condition, so I wasn't afraid to throw it on there and let it set for a little bit. I did talk to the owner though. There was a chance of potential paint peel if that happened. If she said she was going to have it repainted anyways, just to see what happened, clean it up a little bit. So that's what we did here. It worked really well. I'm surprised. We have some more stuff coming we are having sent out. It's from Ultimate Gutter Cleaners. They wanted to try some products out, so I think we should receive that next couple days. We'll get some footage going to that, but these turned out really good. Alright guys, rinse time. We had let that dwell for about 5-7 minutes, nothing really long. Wanted to get that off because the front of the house had a bunch of vegetation. She had a banana tree. She had a bunch of stuff to the side of the house also, we'll see in a little bit. But rinse. I can't say it enough. That's the first thing my wife always asks. Did you rinse the flowers? Did you rinse the flowers? Yes, we always rinse the flowers. Last thing we want to do is make somebody mad by killing some of their bushes. That would be a bad day. Alright, so the east and west sides weren't terrible at all. We got to check those boxes and take care of those sides. So what I did is I threw a 2% mix on after rinsing that north side to get those plants cleaned up. And essentially I threw a bunch of solution up on this east side here, and then I just took the camera and my hose and ran around to the west side and proceeded to do the same thing over there. That way whenever it came back and rinsed, it was just one solid motion, and you're just more efficient. You move to the back side, or if you're doing gutters, whatever you have to do, it's just more seamless for you. Alright, so on this job I was able to get an extra couple $100 from this customer because I was just doing some general upselling tactics that I have. So the biggest thing I have is, depending on if it's the guy or the girl, like the husband or wife, whoever calls, it kind of leads the direction of the conversation once I'm on site. So when I'm doing quotes, they're calling you out for a reason, so they'll walk you out around the property and say, hey, I need this taken care of. and they'll go through their spiel on what they really want taken care of. So during that conversation, I always start off asking them, hey, what do you love about your house? Like, what do you love about your home or your property so much? And every homeowner is excited to talk about their property, what projects they've done, what renovations they've done themselves, and things like that. But every time, they always lead into, well, I wish I could change X. So I always try to make my person the person that could fix X problem for that customer. So I did the same tactic with this homeowner. She brought me out, showed me the stuff she wanted to highlight and really clean up. And then we had the conversation, love your property, what do you enjoy about it? And she goes into her spiel about the back patio, which we see here. And I was like, hey, what would you like to have you change about your property if you had the opportunity? She didn't like her gutters, said they were dirty, they're full of debris. Her late husband never got around to fixing them or cleaning them. And so I stepped in and was like, hey, that's the service we offer. I'd love to take care of it for you. And so that's kind of what we did. So that was on-site for the quote, an extra $200 upsell just by having a 3-minute conversation. So always keep those things in mind when you're walking around with your customers. Now, the same kind of thing happened with this back shed. She said it was something she wanted to take care of, but it wasn't a priority. So I kept that in my notes when I left the initial quote that I wanted to get this knocked out for. And that door's getting replaced, so don't stress about not taping that off. So once I was there, I used the 4 words that Jason Guyman throws out: while we are here, we can take care of it. And I threw $30 on the building. So that was an extra $230 just by having the conversations of stuff we can fix while we're there to help them out. Guys, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate your feedback. Feel free to like and subscribe, and stay tuned for the next one.